There's easy classes, pass classes, professors who will look the other way. And
explosive new allegations tonight only on WNCN from the former UNC academic advisor who blew the whistle on that school's student-athlete scandal. Good evening. I'm Sean Maroney.
And I'm Sharon Tazwell. Mary Willingham exposed or helped expose paper classes dating back nearly 2 decades at the University of North Carolina. It's all detailed in the Weinstein report paid for by UNC. The investigation found that more than 1,500 students took irregular classes that never met in the African and Afro-American Studies departments. Well, half of the students in them were athletes. In the wake of the report, 9 university employees were either fired or disciplined.
That's right, Sharon. And Mary Willingham, the advised student athletes at UNC for 14 years. She and UNC professor Jay Smith are coming out next month with a new book called Cheated. They sat down with me to give their most wide-reaching interview yet and to level new and potentially explosive accusations that problems at UNC's AFAM department are only the beginning for the university. Is there anything new we'll learn with this book being released? Have you been holding back?
We fill out the origins of this sad tale with a greater clarity and I think to greater satisfaction even than Ken Weinstein did.
Are you afraid that what we saw in the AFAM department spreads across other departments at UNC?
it's pervasive. I mean, it does spread across. There's easy classes, pass classes, professors who will look the other way and pass athletes. We talk about that in the book.
Yes. Coincidentally, Kenneth Weinstein and we use the same term, shadow curriculum, to talk about the curricular pathways through which these athletes were shepherded. But that shadow curriculum for us, as we describe it, involved a lot more courses than AFAM.
What other departments at UNC fall under this shadow curriculum that you say?
Well, I'm just going to say that drama departments all across the country seem to be a hotbed for hosting athletes in their classes.
Do you have evidence that athletes at UNC were being steered to the drama department?
Oh, yes, for years and years.
We're not saying that in other departments at UNC there were fake courses, but we're saying that there were courses in geography and drama and French and a number of other places that were exceptionally easy courses, and they steered their advisees to all those courses.
In follow-up emails, Willingham also told us to add philosophy and geology to that list, saying we single all of those departments out in the book. We reached out to all of those department heads at UNC. Of those who responded, Dramatic Arts Interim Chair McKay Coble tells us, if students are being steered to our classes, it's something I know nothing about. Dramatic art does not offer easy A's. Our courses are as rigorous as they should be. Philosophy Chair Mark Lang says, I would be very surprised if UNC philosophy classes had the reputation of being easy A's. Philosophy is hard, and our department takes seriously our obligation to award students the grades that their levels of proficiency merit. And Geology Chair Jonathan Lee says, while some students may think that introductory geology is easier than physics and chemistry, I'm not aware that any students see our courses as opportunities for easy A's. When I teach Geology 105, the average grade is C or C+, no easy A.
The truth is in the transcripts, and yes, I've seen the transcripts.
Ms. Willingham, you called the NCAA a cartel. That's strong language.
Yes, well, I mean, they're controlling the market. This group of men, for the most part, rich white men in Indianapolis and across the country, and they're not paying their laborers. The young black men in this country are being used really to entertain us, and they're not getting anything for their labor.
Would you call this a form of slavery?
Yes, I mean it's a plantation, men, black, young men, paying for those 26 other sports at Carolina, and we know what those sports are: field hockey, lacrosse, golf, swimming, diving, and so on and so forth. White, for the most part, privileged kids who have had access all their lives.
We contacted the NCAA about Willingham's statements. They told us they didn't have a comment. UNC has spent millions to try to fix, to rectify what you've brought to light.
They've spent their millions correcting a public relations black eye. That's what they've spent their millions correcting. They haven't corrected the system yet.
Do you think the basketball program got off the hook in the Weinstein report with the coaches?
Yes. Yeah, we don't let them off the hook and cheated. We don't let them off the hook.
Do you think national championships should be taken away?
Again, we're not about punitive measures, really. I mean, I happen to think that at least one is in peril.
But that said, those young men, they played hard and they won those games and they deserve what they got, which wasn't very much in the first place.
We asked UNC about Willingham's claims and what they thought about giving back a national championship. The university replied, Carolina has been quite clear that it accepts full responsibility for what happened in the past and has apologized to students, alumni, and others. The reforms we have put in place to ensure and enhance academic integrity are working, and we continue to monitor and institute additional measures wherever needed.
But has anyone reached out to you and said, my coaches are telling me this, my family's telling me this, my agent's telling me this, but I believe in what you're doing?
I have a handful of students that I talk to, athletes that I talk to on a regular basis. Football players, basketball players.
Pro athletes?
A couple of them have been in the pros, but they're not now.
If they speak out, there will be retribution. Look what happened to Rashad McCants. Okay, look what happened to him. Look at the junk that they were throwing at Tydreek Powell because of that one radio interview he had. These people have suffered repercussions for speaking out. Everybody else sees that. And, you know, why would they? Why would they step forward to get behind Mary? That's a risky proposition.
What's your response to those angry fans when they say you aren't credible, you're trying to make a buck out of this with the book?
I mean, I have to assume that people who allege that we're in this for the money don't know too much about academic publishing, because I've published 4 other books. I've made a grand total of about $3,000 off those 4 other books.
Yeah, but there's national interest in this book. No offense.
Sure there is. But, and maybe we will make a little bit of money. It's possible, I suppose. But is there anything wrong with that? We dedicated 2 years of our lives into this project.
This has cost our family thousands and thousands of dollars, and it's true. I haven't made any money up to this point in time. Money is not the issue here. It's not important to me. It never has been.
Willingham vows that any money she makes from the book will go to funding her reading project. It's aimed at bringing 3rd and 4th graders up to grade level by providing reading tutors at no cost. She says it's part of her way to fix what she calls a broken system. Now, Willingham, who no longer has her job at UNC in the wake of all of this, has filed a lawsuit against the university. The suit claims UNC retaliated against her for speaking out about research showing certain athletes read at an elementary school level. Listed in the lawsuits is Chancellor Carol Folt and Provost Jim Dean. Willingham wants to be reinstated and receive damages to be determined at trial. Last month, a federal judge said Willingham's defamation claims might not fly under the 11th Amendment. We have everything you need to know about the UNC academic scandal right now on WNCN.com. You can also find tonight's special report right on our homepage.